Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. What if, excuse me, you plan it out, you sell everything you have, you decide I'm coming to the Philippines because it's the best place to go, and everything is fine. You get here to the Philippines, everything is fine, and it's the way you want it to be, and it's actually perfect for you, and you're comfortable. You have no stress. And things like that. But sometimes stress may follow you, but maybe not. But what if this? You still have to plan your life. What I mean by that is, you arrived, everything is fine. Say you have a lady, you get married, everything is fine there, no worries. But you still have to plan your future. Do you plan your future? Or are you going to travel the islands? And and I'm sure you have a list of things that you wanted to do. Just like I have many lists. And in this book, it's just one of, a bunch here that I have. I always have plans on everything. I think scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, ABC. If this doesn't work out, I'll do this. If this doesn't work out, I'll do this. You come here and say, for instance, you live in an area, you like it, you seem to like it, or you don't like it, and you find somewhere else, wherever that may be, and you end up finding a place that you like, and you end up moving there and building buying property and living there, and everything is good, and say everything is perfect for you. You still have to plan your life. You still have to plan what's going to happen on A, B, C, D. Sometimes people don't really realize. They say, okay, I'm just going to go there and I'm going to relax. That was my attitude. I just wanted to come here and I said, I'm done. I'm tired of working all the time. I'm tired of the rat race. I'm tired of the rat race, running in the spinning wheel circle like this on the wheel of doom. Well, really, it wasn't a wheel of doom. It's just a wheel of being tired. And it took me quite a few years to realize that. It's just a wheel of being tired. It did take me a couple of years to relax and get things off my chest and relax and get the nervousness, anxiety off. Because it was for me. That's who I am. I worked 3 jobs, 4 jobs, on and off. Leave a job, find another job, but on and off to make income so I could save money. And I had a full-time job. It's not like I didn't have. I had a full-time 40-hour-a-week job. Then I would do sideline things to make extra money, whatever that is. And I just finagle the schedules. But even here, when you come here, you'll have to do the same, because you find yourself, you wake up in the morning, have your coffee, have your breakfast, you do the things you want to do that morning, and say, hey, let's go over here. And you plan that and you go over there. And so when I first arrived here, I planned that I would be out at least 3 to 5 days every month, sometimes 7 days, no matter what, and we did that. We did that for 2.5 years. No matter, we went somewhere. 2.5 years. 2, 3, 5, 7 days. Sometimes 2 weeks if I get her out of school. Sometimes there are ways we could fudge and not let her go to school a couple of days. Like it mattered, because it seemed like they were always out anyway, right? Well, we did that. And we did that. We went here, we went there, we went to places. And it's before I started videos. I had a channel. I wasn't really doing them. I was scared of doing videos. We didn't tape them. I didn't start taping my very first video until we were in Davao. And prior to that, we'd already made 30, 40 trips, scattered around, went all over the place. I'm talking Mindinao, I'm talking Davao, CDO, on over. We did go to Cebu, but that was after the fact, a year or so after the fact. But we did go to a lot of places, and I mean a lot of places, and maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to go to do bungee. I can't do bungee. They won't accept me. I can't do zip lines. They won't accept me. There's a lot of things I could not do. I could not go on slides, a lot of slides, because they would not accept me. I'm too big. The pipe's too small, and there's just a lot of variables there, and they would tell me straight up. And that's fine. I let the girls do it, or do it, or the cousins do it, or something. But I'm saying, once you get here, you have to plan out where you want to go, what you want to do, because you don't want to just be retired and set, right? If you want to do that, that's okay too. But I'm saying a lot of guys, and for an example, and how I'm bringing this up, some of the guys are saying, okay, I'm here. I've been here now a year. I've been here since March of last year, April. Some just arrived in, June or July. Okay. And they're emailing me and saying, wow, what do I do next? I've already been there. Don't want to go there. Maybe I go to Versailles. No, I don't know. And they're antsy and they're going, okay, we'll go to Vietnam. So, one guy went to Vietnam, one guy went to Cambodia, Bali, and all that stuff. One guy went to Japan, Hong Kong, Tokyo, just scattered around. One guy ended up going to Kuala Lumpur. Guys are just telling me. So these emails are filtering in, and they're telling me different stories. Like Steve was telling me, hey, I had a good time in Vietnam, and Joey had a good time in Bali, but they're back in the Philippines because that's where the home base is. Now they're saying, okay, we've been here a couple of months now and getting antsy again. Well, that's exactly what happens. When you travel and do the things, why do you think, and I say this for an example, and I'm using this example, what comes blue hair, snowbirds. Snowbirds from Canada will filter to all over, not just Canada. Great, beautiful country of Canada. And a lot of the guys would be snowbirds there and filter into Florida and wherever else, and Texas, Arizona, wherever. And even to this day, they still do that. And even now, they do that now from, Buffalo and New York, and get out of the cold, and they head to Florida and wherever else. Texas, Georgia. There's a couple places in Georgia, Savannah, So they filter out. So maybe your plan can change all the time. So it's kind of like being prepared and being able to do this. I have a good friend, Jack. You guys, everybody knows Jack Redmond, good friend of mine. That's what he does. He's going around the islands. He's enjoying himself. He said, I'll let you know how strawberries. I'll be in Baguio. He tells me, he wrote me and says, strawberries are good, but the traffic's heavy. Okay, this is nice, it's wonderful. Let's go somewhere else. And he's traveling around and telling me stories. And it's really nice to hear. And a lot of guys are doing that, telling me, hey, I'm here now. I got a buddy over in, I got Johnny B. He's here now. There's a lot of guys that are here that I've been talking to for years that are here. They're enjoying themselves and having a good time. But there's actually some, and I would say probably about, 60%, maybe a little more, that are saying, okay, let's do something else. Do they, in their message, is there any big parks over there where you're at? Yeah, well, there's Ocean Park. Well, no, I've done the water. I don't want to go to no more scuba diving, no more water. I've done that. It's not like something I enjoy, And so the guys are saying, okay. Some are saying, okay, they just go back and forth. They just go to USA a few months. And I have a friend that they live in Cebu. That's what they do, a few months here and a few months there, a few months here. And I have another friend, Tim, from Canada, comes down back and forth, which is wonderful. And they enjoy it. It's great. And I think that's a great idea. Because then it breaks up the boredom. And they come here and then they stay for a while, in whatever months, and then go back. So if something's not pleasing to them, they can just say, oh, it's okay. We're going to be back in the States or be back in Canada in a few months, and everything's going to be fine anyway. So that's kind of how you have to look at things. You can't think things literally that you're coming here and you're stuck. And a lot of guys are stuck, meaning they sold everything they had. They have no more funds available. The money's gone. They spent it. And now they find themselves trying to scrape up $2,000 so they go to back to the States. Well, once they get there, you got to have money, right? So whatever money they had, the guy was telling me he blew 10 grand here really fast. And I said, yeah. I said, how long did it take you to go? He said, 3-4 months. I blew 10 grand. He said, well, we travel the islands, this, that, and other. Now I'm trying to scrape enough money so my wife and I fly back to the States. And I said, okay, sounds good. And understandably so, okay. Because if you're on a fixed income and you have maybe a pension coming in or income coming in, you're going to do that. That's okay. But you have a plan, right? And I think it's a good idea. So a lot of guys, I say, when you get here, when you're coming here, kind of have a plan on where you're going to go and what you're going to do. And then if money falls short, have a plan. And it's understandable, man. Oh, this happened. I was in the hospital. I spent $2 grand here and I spent $2 grand there, and this, that, and other, and I money's gone. It's okay. That's the way life is, right? It's no matter where you are in the world, it's going to happen that way. So you just have to plan for it. So I'm telling everybody that that's coming here and everybody decided to do that, just be prepared to do that, because I have another guy telling me, complaining, I can't go anywhere. My wife don't let me go anywhere. My wife tells me, no, you can't go there. It's a bad area. It's no safety issues. Well, okay. You can't go to town by yourself because of safety issues, or you got to have somebody with you. Well, okay. And so I said, well, you know, you got to be, were you not prepared for that when you came? You had to ask those questions before you came, right? Is it safe? Can I walk around? Can I carry a cup of coffee? And so you have to do that. So he's stuck. He can't even. In other words, he's at home. And he's already been to town. He's already done the market. He's done this, that, and other. But he's stuck basically. And going places, he can go places, but he said he doesn't have anywhere to go. Okay. And I said, what do you mean? You don't have no malls? He says, yeah, there's a mall, a couple malls, but I'm in a city, Tom, and it's okay, but it was better back over in Canada than it was here. I said, oh, really? And I said, you know, his name's Paul. And I said, Paul, I said, so it's better. He said, yeah. And I said, well, just go back to Canada. He says, well, I can't. I don't have any money. I spent all my money here. I said, okay, so are you asking me for money? Or he's, no. You know, I'm not asking you for money. I'm just telling you, tell the guys that come here, basically have some kind of prepared plan. I said, yeah, I know. And I said, I always tell. And I want people to know that, you know, no matter what it is, that's what life is. Life's that way. You can plan, and things break, or something happens. It's like driving a brand new car off the lot. Is it going to be fine? Oh, you hope it is. You pray it is. You hope you didn't get a lemon. But sometimes you get down the road, the computer dies on you, and you say, okay, here we go again. And that from every time you get in the car, something's wrong with it. It just happens. Life happens that way. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. God bless everybody, and I'll see you next time on Tom and Ruth, Philippine Adventures.